Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're watching this. I'm Joseph. This is the Practical Shooting 101 Academy. All right. Today we're going to go over the safety rules for practical shooting. All right. You've got four main ones. They're almost the exact same ones as the one I use in the Marine Corps. The only one that's different is number 4. Ones in the Marine Corps are treat, never keep, keep. Treat every weapon as if it were loaded. Do not point the weapon at anything you do not intend to shoot. Keep your finger straight and off the trigger until you're ready to fire. Keep the weapon unsafe until you intend to fire. Number 4 is a little wonky when it comes to practical shooting, but we'll get there, all right? Everybody within the practical shooting community gets DQ'd at some point. Don't let it discourage you. Learn from it. Come back better, okay? Pistol is clear. Magazine is clear. This is what we're going to be using for the majority of the demonstrations today, just because this is what most people shoot and not a pistol caliber carbine, all right? Safety first, you need eye pro, you need ear pro. Ear pro is a paramount, and eye pro is, you need it, okay? I've got several pairs up here. The pairs that I use to shoot with are in my bag. Treat every weapon as if it were loaded, right? So if you walk up to a safe table and there's a gun laying there and someone says you can check it out, first thing you should do is, A, there shouldn't be a magazine in it anyways if you're at a safe table. And the second one is that you should rack it back invisibly and inspect the chamber, all right? You want to make sure there's no round in there so there's no chance of there being a negligent discharge, all right? Last thing you want is to be at a safe table and boom, send one at the burn or the wall, depending on where you shoot, okay? Every experienced shooter I know always visually inspects the chamber, no matter what. They just want to make sure, that way they don't get DQ'd. They don't want to hurt anybody, all right? Never point the weapon at anything not intend to shoot. That means yourself, your buddy, cat, dog, whatever. These rules apply to everything within the shooting community that has a gun. I'm just tailoring them for practical shooting right now, right? So if there's a wall and there's a target behind it, I don't want to shoot through that wall, all right? I'm not going to point that gun at that wall like that trying to shoot it. I'm going to kind of up and over, all right? Whenever you're loading and making ready, right? So they'll give you the command, make ready. They'll pull the pistol out like this, downrange, grab your magazine, insert, rack around it, all right? And then don't flag your hand, don't flag yourself coming down. I'll see a lot of people, they'll have their legs wide and they like flag their foot. Most people aren't gonna call you on that, but I'm gonna say something about it just because I don't want you shooting yourself in the foot. So I always like pull my foot in and then reholster, all right? Simple, easy, elegant, all right? Boom, boom, boom. Keep your finger straight and off the trigger until you're ready to fire. This is a big one, right? Because there's gonna be movement within a stage, you're gonna reholster, you're gonna reload. All those times, you don't want the booger hook inside the trigger guard, all right? So, high and up on the frame, like this, drop your mag, go from there, all right? When you're running, to go to your next point, high and up on the frame, and whenever you holster, high and up on the frame, all right? That way there's no chance of your finger getting stuck in that trigger guard, slapping the trigger, and causing a round to go off. It's a bad day for everybody, okay? Number 4 for practical shooting is knowing the target and what's behind it, right? So I've not seen this personally, but I've seen videos of it online where somebody will get the make ready command, are you ready, stand by, beep, and there will be a guy downrange, okay? So even though it's the RO's job to make sure the range is clear, me as a competitor, I'm checking each target, making sure there's nobody behind it, right? I'm checking each target, making sure I'm not gonna hit a wall. I'm checking each target, make sure I'm not gonna have a shoot through. I'm checking each target, making sure I'm not gonna hit still, okay? Simple enough, really easy rule to kind of live by, all right? If you're shooting a still, still's going to deflect the round either up or down depending on how the still falls, okay? So you kind of want to know when you shoot that still if it's going to veer off to the left, veer off to the right, and make sure there's a berm or a backstop to catch that round so it doesn't just go flying, all right? For safety specifics within the competition world is your 180 rule, okay? 180 rule is pretty simple. So if I'm here and I turn, my muzzle can't go past that 180, right? So if I turn and run, I gotta have the gun up like this, go that way, or I'll take and drag. I tend to like to drag instead of this because you don't want to flag your hand like that. You don't want to flag your shoulder, you know what I'm saying? So I tend to drag this way, right? So most of my stage plans, I stage plan with this in mind, all right? The 180 rule is very important because you don't want to flag the other competitors or the audience, okay? We talked about this already, but we'll go over it again. So if I'm reloading and I'm dropping this mag, it's kind of hard for me to have my finger in here anyways, but whenever you push down on a mag release, you might want to instantly pull that trigger, right? You don't want to do that because then round goes flying in the air. What if you got the gun pointed back at you? Whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to do any of those things, right? So whenever you're reloading, whenever you're holstering, whenever you're moving, high up on the frame, all right? That's the best way to do it. It's the safest way to do it. Keep the booger hook out of the trigger guard, okay? Loading and unloading. Every PCSL, USPSA match that I've ever been to runs a cold range. Cold range means that there's no magazine inserted and you're walking around with your gun in your belt like this, clear, all right? You only load a gun when an RO tells you to. So when you get the make ready command, pull the gun, pull the mag, go condition 1, all right? Simple enough, easy day, pretty simple, all right? Whenever you are finished shooting, you can go ahead, drop the magazine and turn it over, catch your round, right? And then the RO will be like, if you're finished, unload, show clear. So show them clear. If clear, hammer down, holster. I see a lot of new shooters, whenever they get that command, they'll go, if clear, hammer down and holster, and they'll do this. Or they'll do this. Or they'll do this. All right? Don't do that. Don't do that. Point it at the backstop of the berm, just in case. All right? Backstop of the berm. Use it as a dry fire, okay? Like that's the best way I like to say it. Use it as a dry fire. So like I'll do that, put both hands on it, and then I will holster my weapon, make sure everything is safe, okay? They'll say range is clear after that, and then you'll go score, pasty up all your targets, all right? You need to listen to the range officers, all right? Your range commands are make ready, are you ready, stand by, and then the buzzer beep, that's your command to start shooting, all right? If at any point in time during your course of fire you hear stop what you're doing, the RO will direct you for there. They'll say unload, show clear if you had a safety violation, something like that, or a target wasn't pasted or something crazy, all right? Listen to your ROs, understand your commands. Those are your commands. Make ready, are you ready, stand by, beep, if finished, unload, show clear, if clear, hammer down and holster, all right? That's it, across the board. Within PCSL and USPSA, those are your range commands, nothing else, all right? Don't stray from those, pay attention to those. Some people like to say, shooter, are you ready, all that crap. That's not the command. The command is make ready, are you ready, stand by, beep, okay? Common beginner mistakes. I almost made one myself, which is breaking 180 turning with the gun and going up range. That's a very common beginner mistake. The second common beginner mistake, like we talked about before, is flagging yourself before you put the gun in the holster, or you'll flag your hand, something along those lines, okay? Very common. See it all the time. Don't do those things. It's a blatant safety violation, okay? Finger in the trigger while moving. I see that a lot. Guys will run to their next spot and they'll be like this. All right, nope, up here. All right. If you're a beginner, you'll see a lot of really good shooters shoot, and you'll see how fast they are, and then you'll start rushing, and that's gonna cause a mistake. That's gonna cause you to have a safety violation. Shoot at your level. All right. I don't care. I don't care. Nobody's John Wick whenever they come out there. Half the guys out there aren't John Wick right then, all right? So just shoot to your level, go your speed, be safe. At your first match, no one expects you to be fast, but they expect you to be safe, okay? Your only goal at your first match is to not get DQ'd. That's it, all right? Have fun, don't get DQ'd. Don't get DQ'd, have fun, all right? The speed comes with time and experience. Even me, myself, I'm not the fastest guy. I just had my first top 20 finish this past weekend. That was it, all right? I just had it, all right? I've been competing steadily for 6 months now. 6 months now, 7 months now. Almost every safety issue almost every safety issue comes from trying to go faster, all right? Including myself. I almost had a 180 break this past weekend. I was about that far from it, all right? Every safety issue comes from you trying to go faster than you need to go, all right? If you got any questions about any of the safeties, anything range command wise, whatever, drop a comment. Feel free to message me. I'll help you out. Again, I shoot at Element Training Complex down here in Holt, Florida. If you guys want to shoot a match and you're uncomfortable, you don't really know what to do, my last name is DeGilio. You'll see me on the squad matrix. Squad up with me, or if you're not able to squad up with me, hit me up. I can get you on my squad pretty easily, actually. So just let me know. We'll make sure you guys have a good time. We'll make sure you have fun. We'll make sure you're safe. And yeah, get out there, go train everybody, and most of all, be safe about it, right?